It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back and happy Friday. Guys, this is our last live of the new year, and I cannot believe that 2022 is a wrap. But it's not a wrap yet. We still have another 2 days. We're headed off to Orlando, so I'm going to see how much content we can put out in the meantime. But before then, if you guys have yet to buy gifts for your loved ones, I know that my dad's birthday is coming up on January 5th, and listen, he's a guy, he still likes flowers. I just want to let you guys know, roseforever.com, they sent us another beautiful bouquet of flowers, and you can go and get $25 off using code ADAM25. So who doesn't love some flowers? Also, I'm going to be posting because Paris Hilton and her mom, Kathy, they sent us a beautiful line of her new products, and I thought that that was really sweet as a wedding gift. And I don't know, I mean, who the doesn't want from the Hiltons, right? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, guys, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Miami because this whole situation is totally F you, you know. And before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and let's welcome Jason Barrett. Unless you go on Twitter and then it's Jason Barrett-Newell, which I don't know when he put that. Hi.
I mean, it says the legal system, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
By the way, I wanted to say I saw that you posted from Hot Messy Podcast YouTube channel, and you put the link in the live chat. If you guys didn't catch our podcast episode this morning with Chris Bassett, it's up right now. But you can catch the video version right after this at 12 p.m. and you'll catch us in the live chat with you, which what a fun conversation. I mean,
it was a really good conversation.
Yeah.
It was fun, funny, and kind of interesting. It gave us a little kind of insight into kind of, well, A, what it's like being married to Candace, and B, what it's like being a husband to a housewife.
Yeah.
Because that by itself seems like a job.
And also how they settle their arguments, which it's well, you guys will see.
Yeah,
you guys will see.
Definitely worth the watch for sure.
Yes, we take it a little bit physical when we settle our arguments, but it was actually really funny, and it's all innocent, guys. It's all fun, it's all innocent, but just check it out and you'll see what we're talking about. In the meantime, though, Miami, who just put this? It was Krista Marie. Oh my God, Miami was so good. It's killing it.
I mean, Miami is it's like Real Housewives. Like, finally, whatever formula they have, and I can tell you exactly what it is, but whatever formula that Miami has needs to be kind of across all the franchises. It's just so hard. You have all these women. First, we have a diverse cast. We have a cast, a city that's exciting.
Yeah.
But all of these women are friends. They've been friends for a long time. Even if they do fight, they're still friends. And I think that is really key when casting for Housewives. I mean, I don't think there is someone to take out of Miami. I don't think it needs an addition, even though we're going to see Leah Black come back just for a little bit this season to console Lisa Hochstein.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I'm really happy with the cast. I'm actually kind of wondering, it's just such an ensemble cast, why all of them are not housewives.
I mean, I can see why Adriana is not a housewife. Marisol, I think that she's a great supporting role, but I think that she needs more going on in her personal life. And for her personal life is really just her friendship with Alexia. And I get that. And then for Kiki, I'm still waiting for that. I think she's great for the show. I'm waiting for the housewife-esque version of it.
And it's growing though, because last season, season 4, all of the women were not quite at that, level. But like I said, I think they watched season 4. I think they took notes. They knew what they had to do to come back with a very strong show, and they did it, including Kiki. I enjoyed her season 4. Remember, we talked about this. Yeah. And I really, really, I'm enjoying her now as a friend of. Like, she is a quintessential perfect friend of.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and the housewives this season, we met all of them at BravoCon. There was not one housewife that I did not necessarily jive with or like. I mean, I can't say the same thing about Orange County. I can't say the same thing about Salt Lake City. I can't say the same thing about New York. I can't say the same thing about Potomac. Like,
Atlanta, you mean there wasn't one housewife that you didn't like?
Where?
In Miami.
There was not one that I didn't like.
Yeah, you said
I loved
not
no,
one that I
I'm
liked.
saying I can't say the same. I got along with, I mean, meeting them all in a time that was so incredibly hectic for all of these ladies, where they're scheduled all over the place, and they have runners who are like bringing them from one side of the convention center to the other, the Javits Center. It was just insane, and being able to talk to them in between and still being able to be nice when there's 500 people in your face. I mean, I really appreciate that, because I don't know how, I have no idea how I would act if I had a bunch of people pulling me in 5 different directions.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
I mean,
100%.
well, you do know. I
Well,
don't.
talking about the Housewives of Miami, and ones that, we didn't think would come out of their shell necessarily. I think Julia has really kind of opened up this season. I think she's like found her grounding. I think she has found her set of balls, and she is not afraid to play the housewife game anymore. I mean, especially that whole little interaction with Alexia, it's still kind of bothering me a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole comment that Alexia made in the prior episode of, oh, you're Russian, so you must be a prostitute, kind of thing. That I
didn't like
understand
that.
not the right thing to say, definitely not. And I talked about how that is a stereotype and a stigma within that community. Just from touring with Russians for literally like a long time, a lot of people have that way of thinking. I
Right.
did think that it was when Alexia apologized, I thought we would leave it there. And I feel like Alexia keeps apologizing and like, okay, that's it. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry I said that. Really, after I'm sorry, you have to just wait for their actions. You can't just sit there and like harp on it. And I feel like Julia has been kind of harping on this whole time. I mean, the conversation carried over, the argument carried over into the Sprinter van. And it's just annoying at this point.
I love how they're all talking about, first of all, Alexia saying, I'm a star. I was like,
I was
yeah,
born
you
a
are,
star.
yeah, you
But
are,
then the
girl.
clapback of Julia saying you're punishing yourself for being who you are. That's okay. We just talked about how you don't like people coming after you. Don't come after her again, too, after she's apologized. It's like you have to apologize and leave it alone. You can't accept an apology and then, like keep carrying the same argument on. Like, we get it. Okay. Now we see a division. We have Julia, Adriana, and Guerdy on one side, and then we have everyone else on the other side. It's just carrying on a little too long.
What's really funny is this is why people need to go listen to the episode right after this with Chris Bassett, because he explains why his wife is the way she is and why she gets herself into situations where she reads people for filth, and how that starts, why it gets to that point, and how it finishes from his perspective. And I thought that was really interesting. And he pulled me over to his side where I was like, oh, that's a great point. You'll see in that. But I do want to go back to it for a second.
So what Adam's saying is you have to go to Hot Messy Podcast right after this episode. We will be in the live chat talking to Chris Bassett. The episode is already available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your shows. However,
Well, I
I
didn't
do
ask for a
think
whole plug.
the YouTube channel is the best place to listen and watch the podcast.
Yeah, I agree. And in 2023, we are coming in with a vengeance, because we have just a lot more going on. It's going to be
We have a lot of
wild.
fun things coming up.
We have a lot of fun things coming up. But I did want to say really quick. Now, since we're talking about the Real Housewives of Miami, we see Dr. Nicole, who has to make an exit because she is one of the few housewives that really has a demanding job. She works 24 hours on. I believe it's 24 hours on, 48 hours off. But she has to go back. So she's not a part of the mix really a whole lot when it comes to this episode. But then we also have the women who are up Adrina's ASS about this man who might be married.
Adriana.
Why did I say
You're
Adriana?
watching too much Hills.
Oh my God,
Adam is rewatching the Hills right now, and like even in his dreams, I'm hearing like Elsie, no, Adriana. And I'm like, wait, can we stop watching this?
No,
it was bad the first time around. It's not going to be good the second.
No, we can't stop. I'm almost done, and then we can stop. I just want to see when Heidi Montag gets her new face again. But no, Adriana, she was told that her new man has a wife and that he's still married. He gets on the phone with her and says, I've been divorced for 3 years. And Alexia came so ready. These women, that's what happens when you give them 8 years off of a show. They're like, oh, you're bringing us back? We can't let that happen again. And she's like, so you're saying that your boyfriend's not married? Here's public documents.
I found it interesting because I think he said that he had been originally, because I never heard, I know he said divorce, but he did say that they had been separated for 5 years and then said they were divorced.
for 3.
So for 3. So are they separated? Are they divorced? And then public records are updated all the time, right? I don't know. If it's a recent public record, it still says married. I'm kind of going to lean towards the side of that information, that they might still be separated. I think there's still more to that story, and we're trying to have a conclusion with that. But I really think there's more to the story. I think we're going to find out a little more.
I agree. Before we continue on, guys, over 100 people in the room, smash that like button. This was a last minute live. Norma, we heard what's going on with you today. I just want to say we're sending you all of the love and positive vibes like you do for us all the time. And you are just, we love you so much. So we're sending you everything, all of the positive going into the new year. But I want to go down the list of everybody that we had in this episode and what they brought and what their storyline was. Now we have Guerdy, who makes all of the faces. She's like,
okay, can we stay on Guerdy for a second? Because
yes,
she confused me a lot. She confused me just as much as she confused all the other girls. Like Marisol compared her to a Rubik's Cube, which I thought was funny. But when she says everyone needs the mic, that kind of thing, it just came off as very insecure. And I don't see Guerdy as a very insecure person. But, here she is trying to I don't know what she was trying to say, but at the end of the day, I don't think you need more accolades. I mean, Vogue just named you one of the best or the best wedding planners, designers in the world. I don't think you need to sit there and have the little back and forth.
Can I say really quick though, she had one of the best clapbacks when she said, Alexia was like, Vogue said you were the, she's like, right. Those are facts.
They said it. I didn't.
Said it. I didn't.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, but
we know that Guerdy has help on her weddings, lots of help, especially in other cities.
Just to move on really quick, there are not many housewife duos that I really, really enjoy watching. Cynthia and Nene, I loved because there was always an up and down dynamic. Teddy and Kyle, I did not. Lisa and Erica, sometimes I really enjoy them. Sometimes I don't. Vicky and Tamara, I really always enjoyed them. Giselle and Robin, I don't. So there's it really depends. Oh, yeah. It depends who it is. And for
can I bring this comment up really quick? Because this is exactly how I felt that Olympia said. He started off by saying he was separated for 5 years, then turned around and started to lie. That's what I felt. It's really? Okay. Yes, I felt we've been separated for 5. Why would you say you've been separated for 5 years if you're divorced? Just say you're divorced. I don't know. It just came off a little weird, and that's why I think there's more to the story, and I think we might find out that maybe he's not divorced.
What a douchebag.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Alexia is coming with the receipts, right? She's like, no, it's right here. I have it on my phone. She is, a trained housewife at this point, so she will have her receipts when she comes to you with something.
The problem is all of this comes back to bite each and every single one of them in the ass in the long run. If nostalgic Real Housewives, everybody gets a turn. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it always comes back to bite you. You find yourself where you're like, I'm at the happiest moment, and all of the women see where you're at, and they're like, there's something to find. But I want to go back really quick to Alexia and Marisol. One, I love that they cross in between Spanish and English in their confessionals. I think it's so fun and authentic to Miami. If you haven't been to Miami, Miami is really a lot of the stores that you go to on South Beach and all over the place. If you don't speak Spanish, you need to figure
English is the second language in Miami,
it's the
not
second
the first.
Language.
Right.
Yeah. And I love Miami, but the fact that they're bringing that in the confessionals, she's like, how do you say? And then she starts saying witch doctor in Spanish. I'm like, I love this. It just gets my chops wet. But then when Marisol's sitting on Alexia's leg, and you can tell we have authentic friendships, relationships here, and they're not being formed over the course of a reality show. And I think that's what's adding to the success of this show. I think that Alexia Marisol dynamic, one, it solidifies Marisol. As long as you're okay with being a friend, you're going to be a friend for a long time, and you're going to be on the show for a long time. Your confessionals are great. We always catch you your little tipsy pants, and Alexia always leans on you for everything. You are secure. Alexia is not going anywhere. She is the Teresa Giudice of this show. She's not going anywhere. So I'm just, even though I didn't like what she said to Julia Lemagova, I see her having more longevity. And she said, I'm a star. Like, Teresa says the same stuff. People think it's outlandish when she says it's the Teresa show, but is it the Alexia show? I don't know.
I don't feel that way. I feel like she's definitely a main player. I mean, listen, there has to be that one. And I feel like maybe Alexia is the star of the Real Housewives of Miami. Okay. But you know what's crazy is we still have someone like Adriana who is dragging on the drama. Like, she'll go to the hotel room of Julia and she'll start saying, well, I still didn't like the way they said that. I don't like that. Like, she drags on the drama. She gets in the ears of all the other ladies so they can bring it back to the table. Like, Adriana is that one who's like poking this season. I don't know if you've seen that at all.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way? Like, she pokes a little bit. And then she expects everyone to show up for her music video rehearsal.
Can we talk about that for a second?
We have to. I do have to say, did you guys notice the song? So I think, if I'm not mistaken, the song that she is about to do the music video of, I think we've been listening to it on the show as kind of B-roll music.
Really?
Yeah. It's very familiar. Like, if you go back and listen to a little bit of it, like, I feel like it's that song.
I mean, also listen, okay. This is my problem with this situation. In the same episode, which means this episode was probably filmed, I'm going to say within a span of 2-3 weeks, because they film anywhere from 4 to 6 months, and then they pull anywhere from 14 to 17 episodes out of it. But I'm going to say this was in the same 2 to 3 week span. And she drops at the table. She's like, hey guys, you're all going to be in my music video. Well, who did you clear that with? Production? Larsa for damn sure is not going to be in your music video.
No.
She was running around with the Kardashians. She has her own brand. She's not going to make herself look stupid if she can't dance. Marisol's like, I'll just be the bartender. Alexia's like, I don't need your help. I can dance. I'm Cuban. And I'm thinking in my head, Kiki was the only one who showed up, but Kiki's still trying to figure out her place and still give people what they need. And production gave her a call time and she's like, I'll show up. And the other ladies were like, we don't give a shit about your call time. Again,
I mean, it didn't seem very planned, right? You're saying at the table, and of course we're only seeing the edit of what, we're supposed to see. But she said, hey, yeah, I'm doing this music video. Are you guys going to come tomorrow and dance? Like, I'm having a choreographer. And then all of a sudden we're there, but there was no mention of it before, like, this is going to happen. Like, all of a sudden her music career is back. She said she's been singing for 10 years. I mean, she really should loosen up on saying singing. You might have been like making some music, but she's like, my new single hit. And I was like, well, it's not a hit yet because it hasn't come out. And I don't know. It's very confusing. And I think that maybe some of the other ladies think it might be a joke.
Yeah.
Did you get that impression? Because if it is in fact that Marisol, Alexia, and Larsa went out to breakfast brunch the same day as they were supposed to be at the dance rehearsal, but then told Adriana that they're tired or we're having a busy day or it's hectic, then that would be pretty shitty.
I don't think that's, I mean, listen, last season you harped on Larsa so bad, right?
I know.
If Larsa was in your music video because of her relationship or former relationship to the Kardashians, had she have been in your music video, it would have gotten a lot of views just to see Larsa, and just because people would have made fun of her for being in this music video. They would have been like, you went from here, now you're here. That's exactly what they would have done to her. But she even said, I'm not doing it. But then you sit there and you talk about her butt. You talk about how she's a fake wannabe Kardashian. You went through every single...
And then you want to get the same butt.
Yeah, and then you want to get the same butt. And then you want her to dance in your video? There's no way. Like, it's almost ridiculous to even think. And are they getting paid for it? No, they're getting paid to be on the show. They don't have to be in your music video. That doesn't even make sense. And then the director, when he comes in and he's like,
oh Lord,
are they serious?
I just want to know, are you being paid to direct an Oscar award-winning film? Like, what the hell is going on here? He's like throwing these dramatic fits. Like, it felt very produced. This is the first moment in Miami that felt very produced. This director walking in with his glasses on, with no artistic vision, just like coming in and being like, this is so unprofessional. How could you let this happen? Like, who are you, dude?
And
like, relax.
Jason, if you go back, the girl is holding a lens. She's not actually holding a camera. And then
Right.
the guy has the camera on, which is so dumb because it's not like you're not catching anything in that moment anyways. And then he came in, like you said, very theatrical. I wanted to go to Marisol's bar and I wanted to make a cucumber smash for Julia because that tastes like a salad for her. Okay. And then I wanted to make a vodka soda over here for Marisol. And I wanted to make a nice cold glass of shut the hell up for the director because I'm like, this is not... Relax, girl. This is not
It's
your
not your
show.
moment.
You're not the
Yeah.
diva. This is not... Where was Alexia? She would have been like, she would have yelled at him in Spanish and said, "You're not the star. I'm the star."
You're not the star.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, this episode we had, everyone drunk with the shaman, which I feel like everyone just needed to let something out in the keys and leave it there, and they all did. So that's great. But I think the biggest part of this episode was, of course, the Lisa and Lenny situation, and Lisa meeting up with Marina, Lenny's mother. And it's so crazy to me to see the dynamic of this relationship change from so long ago, where she really did not like Lisa, and now all of the sudden she's on her side. And I have to agree with Lenny's mom here a little bit, that I really think he is going through a midlife crisis. I think that Lisa is handling this very well. I'm pretty sure she knew about this whole situation longer than, telling everyone. So
Yeah. By the way, guys, I didn't mean to just play some music in the background. I wanted to bring up a video for you guys. I can't necessarily bring it up, the one that I want to, because it's on page 6. But if you go to Lisa Hochstein's Instagram, you'll see where she's tagged all over it. She literally ran up on Lenny and his new girlfriend, Katharina Mazeppa. She took a video of it. And then Daily Mail, of course, I know that you guys have seen this video. Let me see if I can refresh it. I think you guys have seen this video. Hold on. This is kind of, I can see where Lisa would be pissed off. If you see where she's talking to his mom and she's like, "This is embarrassing," I can see why she would be embarrassed. Hold on, let me bring this up right here.
yeah, we've seen this one.
Yeah. And then if you go, hold on, let me go to this one really quick.
It kind of comes off very disrespectful. Like, I mean, it is disrespectful. The guy is still married. He has kids. You're in his home. Lisa tells all the ladies while they're still in the keys that she got home. She has seen bottles of wine in like the theater, where they probably were in the theater, like having a night, and now he's out with her again. Like, this is just so disrespectful. If you really want to be with someone, it's got to be agreed on with the other party. Like, okay, I'm getting a divorce. I'm officially separated. There's no official separation with Lenny and Lisa.
Yeah.
There's no plans for divorce. I mean, yes, now there is, but you know what I mean? Like, that's just not a way to come into it. And do you really like this guy?
Well, hold
Like,
on.
it's so weird watching her with him.
At Queens of Bravo, they got the video. This is when Lisa walked in on Lenny with his new girlfriend, Katharina Mazeppa. That's her. And he's like, "What are you doing? Get out of here, Lisa. Get out of here." And she's hiding her face. Her friend's laughing. This has to be so uncomfortable for her because who knows what he's telling her. And she's talking to her friend and he's telling her, "Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of..." But you see where she talks about the licking of the lips. You see the licking of the lips right here. But she's a model. She was working.
It's strange. I mean, it's strange. Like, listen, whatever thing he's going through, I wonder if he's actually truly in love with this woman, or if he's going to make a huge mistake. Because his mother thinks that he's making a huge mistake. I mean, listen, call it a midlife crisis. I know some people are saying, well, he's not in his 40s. Well, he's somewhere in the middle of his life. So that's midlife. He's having a crisis, right? So maybe he's going to come out of it and be like, what the hell am I doing? What was I doing? I just needed to get this out of my system. Lisa seems to be right there, though. She's like, stop this. Why are you doing this? what if this all crumbles down? Are you going to want to come back to me? I think she's kind of thinking ahead on that point, but she's really not thinking about herself, which I think Lisa really, really needs to, like Larsa said, Larsa gave great advice. Make a plan. Where are you going to live? How are you going to pay your bills? Like, come up with a plan, because, you know, if it comes to this, you have to be ready. I like the way Larsa thinks. I'm liking her this season.
Well, then if you think about it too, with Lenny's job, it almost seems like there will always be a younger something who will want to come in. I mean, who knows? I don't want to take anything away from Katharina Mazeppa. I don't know what she was told by Lenny. I don't always think it's the other woman's fault. I really, really don't. Do I think that she knew that there was a wife involved? Yes. But was he telling her that we were separated? What did he tell her? We're never going to know that. So I think
I know it's whatever he told her.
Yes.
That's fine. All right, but she's not dumb. Like, this girl is smart. What is her name? Katharina Mazeppa. Katharina Mazeppa. She's not dumb, right? So, like, he can be telling you things, but she's been around the block enough to know, like, men lie, and Lenny is lying. And once you figure out that he's lying, and his wife is coming around being like, "What the hell are you doing?" If you were Katharina Mazeppa, wouldn't you want to take a step back?
Well, and then this is the part where it kind of loses me, where I would have questions, is Lisa said you were in her home at her parties, but you know that she's obviously she's the woman of the home. And then also she said that you're liking photos of her and Lenny on Instagram. So those are two things that, like, if those are in fact true, I'm like, that's where you lose me a little bit. You lose me right there, because you can see on Instagram all over the place, they portray themselves as like the perfect family, where they're so very much so together. If Jason and I broke up, I swear to you on everything that my whole Instagram feed, you would be non-existent. People wouldn't even know that you were there. And same thing, vice versa. You always tell me that. Jason always says, if Adam and I, he says it to me. He's like, if we ever broke up, there's no being friends. Like,
no,
you walk away, we're done. But for them, it's different. They have kids. And I think right now, Lisa's very much so embarrassed. And I think her mom, her mother-in-law, comes from the old school thinking of like, we don't get divorced. How is this going to affect the children? Nobody in our family with our last name has ever gotten divorced before. That's what we told you when you got married to my son. And now I'm looking at this girl like she is coming in and ruining a family. So
she is. And listen, like, someone just commented, don't blame the women. No one's blaming the women. Of course, this is Lenny. He's cheated before, as someone also has mentioned in the chat. He's cheated before. Nothing has changed. He's obviously looking for some other outlet. What I'm saying is, this girl, Katharina Mazeppa, now that I know her name and I can say it properly, is kind of, she's knowing what she's doing at this point. And what she is doing is more of destroying a family. If Lenny wants to leave Lisa, Lenny needs to work that out with Lisa and say, listen, I'm done with this marriage. I'm not happy. I want something else. I want whatever, you know, the true Miami story of when the guys get older, they want the younger thing. There we go. That's what you want. Settle that with Lisa before you run around with someone else.
But then, like, Alexia came up with this whole idea of potentially maybe he did actually have these conversations with Lisa. She wasn't buying it. She wasn't believing it. And then she was still moving forward with the cameras, portraying like, okay, we have problems, but they're not that serious. And
maybe she's not buying it or believing it because no one in his family has been divorced. And this is such a big deal, whether it's a religious thing or a cultural thing of not getting a divorce. You know what I mean? Like,
the line of my parents, nobody went to college, and I broke the stigma, and you go to college. People change. Just because your family doesn't do something doesn't mean that's going to. Nobody in your family became a professional athlete, did they?
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, my dad was a professional athlete.
Well, see,
my dad played minor league baseball. Yeah.
You are one of those. What are they called? Nepos.
A what?
You're a nepo.
What the hell is a nepo?
Can you guys in the live chat help me out? It's a nepo. Is it somebody like a Gigi Hadid or a Kate Hudson whose parents?
Oh, don't compare me to Gigi Hadid.
Yes, you're a nepo because you grew up and you were already in that sports world, so you had something handed to you and you didn't have to work for it.
Oh, please.
Nepotism,
I would love you. I would love to see you hold a handstand on him.
Jason is not a nepo baby. They're sticking up for you.
Yeah, I'm not a nepo. My dad wasn't a gymnast. I was a gymnast. He was a baseball player.
I'm
very different.
Guys, please don't eat me alive. Please don't. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Thank you. I love this.
Jason. I swear I was just kidding. I get like, you guys rip me apart. It's Jason is the favorite in this situation, and it's really fucked up.
I'm not calling you a Nepo. Whatever the hell that is.
You were famous.
My parents aren't famous. Good Lord.
Dang Jason and his Nepo handstands.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Skill set. No, I just think this whole situation just sucks. And the way that Lenny and this Katharina Mazeppa, the way they're playing this publicly and how they're kind of throwing it in Lisa's face, regardless of if he's had these conversations. I mean, honestly, tomorrow, Adam, if you come to me and you're like, I'm not happy, I don't know, I want to be with someone else. I need an outlet. I'm going through a midlife crisis. I'd be like, great, figure your shit out before we get a divorce. I'm going to ignore that, until like you start doing shit, then we're getting a divorce. You know what I mean? Maybe that's, I don't know. I don't know what the thought process is in this, but I don't blame Lisa for sticking around. She's truly being a wife right now.
She's fighting for her family.
She's fighting for it. She's fighting for her. Well, yes, her family, the life that she's built with him. I know it's very luxurious. And yes, of course, he's the one with the big practice that's making a lot of the money. That's fine. But it's still a life that she has built with him. And she's trying to hold on to that as long as possible. Do I think that Lisa still loves Lenny? Absolutely. That's just the vibe I get. I don't know if that's true. Like
she said, she spent most of her adult life with him. And also, too, one of the things is that you see where he kind of downplays it because they have nannies. And I don't think that it's fair to downplay.
Yeah.
Even if you have nannies or you have help or not. We have a friend who she is legitimately like the Angelina Jolie of Thailand. She has one daughter, 4 nannies. One daughter, 4 nannies. That's a lot. But she is the absolute best mother. They have shifts where they like take turns and they help her because she's constantly working. But her daughter goes to every set with her. Her daughter's always around. And they always communicate with her as to what's going on. And then when she's off, she's always with her daughter. So I think that it's okay to have help. But I think Lenny looks at that like, I am working all day and you're supposed to be a stay-at-home mom. And you have this entire staff that helps you. So really, what are you doing aside from shopping and spending money? And she's like, wait a minute. Yes, I spend money, but you think that's all I do? You think I don't ever spend time with the kids? And I think that he negates that a little bit in order to make it make more sense as to what, in his mind, what she's not actually doing, which is...
Well, I feel like when the opportunity has come up to like last season when they were out and about and Larsa ran into them and she's like, we're okay, honey, right? Like, we're great. Remember that? And he kind of just blew it off. I feel like the same thing happened when they were having dinner in their backyard at the table for 2. Like, she's trying to have a conversation. There's your opportunity, Lenny, to again and on camera be like, I'm not happy. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't working for me. Not let me text this woman behind your back. Let me meet up with her. Let me bring her to our house when you're in the Keys. Let me publicly embarrass you by bringing her to the Formula One thing or going to a club and, being crazy or being outside of a restaurant, putting my arm around her. It's really, truly, this guy is an ass, I
mean, that would suck because when she says he's a public figure, I think what we forget, because I saw on Twitter where people were like, it's not like he's like some big celebrity. It's not that. What people forget is when you have different communities, like I know this about Palm Beach. I definitely know this about Miami. You have different like little social like communities where everyone knows everyone. If there's a connection, like if you guys think back to Leah Black and having the ball and stuff, the gala that she had, and Marisol talking about how she did PR. You know what I mean? They all know everybody. Everyone knows everyone who knows everyone. And it's just a small community. We used to always say this about Los Angeles. Los Angeles is tiny, tiny.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Lisa is saying. She's like, now you're going out. I'm going to receive phone calls. I'm going to get texts. I'm going to, like, people are going to contact me. If I cheated on you in LA and I went out in West Hollywood and I was holding hands with somebody, it would take probably about, I'm going to say 45 minutes for it to get back to you. Would it not have?
100%.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so for her, she's like, you're embarrassing me.
It is. And I think she just wants answers. At
Yeah.
this point, she wants to ask her, why are you doing this? This is, if you want him, let us figure our shit out and then you can have him. You know what I mean? I think maybe that's where she's coming from, right?
Yeah.
But like, she wants answers. She wants answers from Lenny, even if Lenny has mentioned stuff to her before. I mean,
Yeah.
he has cheated before, right? It was an emotional thing. I really think it was a lot of things. And now he's doing it again. She wants answers. And I don't know if it's like she wants an answer because she thinks if she changes something, it would have worked out, or she wants an answer of like, what are you thinking about the kids? What are you going to do to me? And yeah, we all want answers from Katerina, whatever, what's her name?
Katharina Mazeppa.
We all want answers from her. Like, what are you thinking? You know, no morals, no standards, no
How do you
anything.
not have? Anyways, okay.
We need to talk to Katharina Mazeppa's mom and be like, what do you think about this?
Guys, should we bring on Katharina Mazeppa
No.
in the chat? We're going to take the first 10 answers. Yes, we'll bring her on if there's more than 5, and no, if there's more than 5, then no, we won't bring her on. I'm letting the chat do it right now. And then also, while the chat answers that question, Aaron D said, Jason, if you cheated on Up and Adam, we would all ditch you.
That's right.
That's not what she said, but
No.
1 yes, no. Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna say it's a no, friend.
No, yes, 2 yeses.
What are you gonna get from her? That's the thing. It's like, that's not an interview. Like, that's just like, I don't know. Talk to her by yourself. Have a Zoom call and be like, hey, why are you doing this?
Wow. He'll know, JCB said. He'll
no. I think we do. Let's find your mom. Does she have a mom?
Should I ask her, like, hey, I don't necessarily, like, maybe not have you on, but can I talk to your mom? Yeah. She's gonna be like, she's in Austria.
Oh, is she Austrian?
I think so.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, with that, and find a common friend of theirs. See, the thing is with the friends just like attention. So they're going to lean in whatever way, whoever's like supporting them at that time. So I never trust the friend side.
I think that if you were to interview anyone, and it won't happen because it will have to go to the reunion first, it would be Lisa herself. I feel like she's the one actually in the situation who's just kind of being walked all over. And I would love to hear, yeah, you can, but they're not going to give you an interview. The NBC is not going to let that happen. They have the reunion. The reunion is going to be big this year.
Like, yeah, I pissed off Bravo enough last year.
Do you think they're going to bring Catherine Zeta-Jones? What's her name? I seriously cannot remember her name. It's not Catherine.
That's so. Yes.
Are they going to bring her to the reunion?
No, they're not going to. Lenny's not going to go to the reunion.
You don't think so? He wouldn't want to show up and like make his stands and no. And they won't bring her on the show because all of the women are a united front, and they would never, ever, 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 ever film with her ever. So no, she's not coming on the show. Lenny will not show up to the reunion. He's not going to make the situation any more worse than what it is. If they both have something to say, they can reach out and give comment to page 6, and it will be front page in 2 seconds. They do not need to go to the reunion and have Andy Cohen back them into a corner and say something that is going to live on national television for the rest of their lives. No, they won't. Great. I mean, it would be great. There'd actually be a reason to have like more than one part of a reunion.
I mean, guys, by the way, Salt Lake City reunion's going to suck. I'm just saying that really quick. Sorry. I heard
it's only going to be one part. They barely have enough footage for one part.
We already heard about it, guys. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But anyways, happy New Year. And Jason and I are going to get ready to go to Orlando. We're going to meet up with some friends, maybe Janelle. I'm excited to hopefully see her. If you guys are in Orlando, just DM us because we're going to be in town for a couple days. We're going to go meet up with Emily D. Baker, bring in the new year right, and then we're coming back because starting Monday, we have a lot of shit to get ready for. We have a big move in the month of January. We have a new team member. We have potentially family coming into town again and again and again.
But it's never going to end, Adam. It's never going to end.
And we're getting a monkey.
We're not getting a monkey.
Oh, we're not getting
a monkey. No.
Okay.
You have to change its diaper. They throw their at you when they get mad. That's not going to happen.
I'm going to throw my shit at you when I get mad.
That's disgusting. Okay. You're nasty.
Guys, we We love you guys. We'll see you so very soon. We'll keep you posted in the community tab with polls. And then, of course, right after this, legit in 17 minutes, go to the link of this video, in the live chat, and click on our interview with Chris Bassett from the Real Housewives of Potomac. I had so much coffee this morning. I have high energy. And also, you can go to roseforever.com and use code Adam25 for $25 off. Seriously, though, check them out because
They're
now
so worth it.
we have 3
They're so
bouquets.
cute.
They smell amazing. They look so cute. We have this one's a velvet packaging, and I just honestly I'm obsessed with them. I asked them originally when they offered us to do this with them, and it has a top on it, which is so cute. But I asked them originally, I was like, can we get more than one because we're moving into a new house and I want to put one on every table in the house. So can we get like 4 or 5? And they're like, no. You can get one and do a promotion. But the promotion ended up doing so well. So now we have 3, which I think is absolutely incredible. And they're still running a very special sale for Christmas that's going into the new year. So if you guys want to check them out, roseforever.com, code Adam25. It's very easy, Adam25.
And if people are really thinking ahead, Valentine's Day is like here literally tomorrow because look how fast 2022 went. It's crazy.
Yeah. You can hang them upside down. And code Adam25.
Who's going to hang that upside down?
Code Adam25, though, it's easy to remember. I have 2 personalities. Jason has 5. Adam, Jason's 2 personalities. Oh, shit. I said that backwards.
No, you said that wrong. And
okay. Bye, guys.
Girl. Okay. Bye, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.